What the fuck is up, music junkies? Welcome to our sixth episode, I think it is. Um,
Question mark?
question mark. Today we have an exclusive interview with rappers straight out of the UK. I don't even know what to consider them because there's so many different genres in one. They have the metal, hardcore, and stuff like that. But keep listening, and you'll hear a little bit about them. You want to start off, Jake?
Yeah, so we got some news. Some of the metal bands that have been up, I don't know if you've been paying attention to most of them, but y'all know who Ice-T is, right?
Yeah, who doesn't? It's Ice T. It's fucking Ice T.
Yeah, rhetorical question. Okay, so I guess March 6th, you know, the album Carnivore, he did something with Amy Lee, Riley Gill, dude from Power Trip, and Jeremy Josta from Hatebreed.
Damn.
Pretty brutal, man. I listened to it the other day and I was just like, wow.
Well,
Okay.
Ice T. I was listening to Sirius, and they had a channel on Liquid Metal that
Mm-hmm.
it was Ice. It was Ice T was hosting it with Jose Mangan. I don't know who if you know who that is, but he's the father of Liquid Metal. He's like one of the you know biggest rock influencers, you could say. Um, and he started that channel with Ice T, and they were just playing rock and rap. So, or I would say metal and rap. So it was just a station, and you would just be bumping metal and rap. And Ice T, I is a fan. I don't know if you've heard of Upon a Burning Body, but
Yes, I have.
they have a song with Ice T. Is it them? Ah, god damn. Now I can't remember. Yeah, I think it was them. They have a song with. Fuck. Now I'm second
I
guessing.
just I like all the collaborations that he does with all the different artists though. I think it's quite unique and I think more bands are getting into that as well nowadays.
Yeah.
Like it's obvious. I'm following a bunch of different metal bands on my Instagram and I'm getting more and more. So it's like I'm able to see what everyone's been doing. And so right
Yeah.
now they've just been kind of like jamming, doing covers, giving us little bits and pieces of what's to come,
Yeah.
in future stuff.
And it's crazy because
Uh,
there's a lot of collaborations with rappers and bands. Like Post
mhm.
Malone is made like two songs with Ozzy Osbourne. Ozzy Osbourne is the king of
Dude.
metal. Uh,
Mhm.
so
The
it's
Prince
crazy.
of
The
Darkness is
Prince of
what it is.
There you go. Yeah, and it's kind of crazy because who would have thought two worlds colliding and coming into one. And they're like, it's funny. I'm wearing a Bone Thug shirt. They Busy Bone, completely after they broke up, had a song with Icy Stars.
Mm.
Old song, but it was like you would listen to this scene band, like pop punk kind of screamo band, and they made a song with Busy Bone, and Busy Bone's just rapping. You know how Busy Bone raps, like super fucking
Yeah.
fast. So, yeah, it's crazy.
Also, speaking of some pretty interesting stuff, do you have any like old music that you used to like have like ideas that you've never really put out there?
Yeah, I have a lot.
Dude, so Static X has a brand new album coming out May 29th, and it's basically a bunch of vocal demos cut and resurrected from, other shit he made in the past for this brand new album of unfinished songs. So he's gonna like finish them, and they're gonna sound pretty sick. Static X, he's fucking hard.
It's
He's an acquired taste, but
yeah.
I fucking get into it.
It's
I
like
can't help
he
it.
has his little black book of stuff that he's never released, and he's just like, all right,
Hmm.
fuck it, now it's time.
And those are important because I also have a bunch of those that I think I want to revisit and
Yeah,
fix. Just to.
any musician, anyone that plays music has that little black book of, uh, you know,
Hmm.
I unfortunately lost all my lyrics, poetry, my songs that I wrote, but everyone has that. If you're creative, you have to fucking store your shit somewhere. You have to have
I
like,
think it's just a good practice everyone should be
uh,
doing. Um,
I
and then
I
go
showed
ahead.
you. I wanted to talk a little bit about that video that I showed you with Wes from Puddle of Mud.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If you guys have heard that, He covered Nirvana, and ouch. It was
It sounded painful. I mean, the
oh.
guy, I respect the fuck out of him for doing what he was doing, but
The
ugh,
the thing about it, it's Nirvana. If you're gonna cover Nirvana,
ugh.
you better fucking do it right. And that's what I say about all these old artists that like Michael Jackson. If anyone's gonna cover Michael Jackson, you better fucking do it right. If anyone's gonna cover Tupac, you better motherfucking do it right. And he covered Nirvana, and it was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
You know what? I still love the guy. Like honestly, he tried to do it. It's a tough fucking song because it's outside of his range.
Yeah, but
You
if you
know.
know it's outside of your range, don't do it. Yeah. So
Hey man, some of us just we want to do it because we push ourselves. We want to achieve the unachievable because that's just who we are, you know, especially as perfectionists and all musicians. Sorry,
yeah.
we know it. You're
Okay.
a fucking perfectionist.
I get it, dude. I get it. I want to push myself. I wish I could sing like every fucking one else, but I can't. I know my limits. And if I'm gonna try to push myself and try to cover a certain song, I'm gonna do it in the comfort of my home, get better at it, and then go into the public. He did a live recording of it for the radio station. You should already know that's
Okay.
out of your range.
No, but okay. So, how many times had he have practiced it before? That was the question. You know, do you think he actually spent the time? Do you think his bandmates were like, "No, bro, don't do it," or were they actually supportive? Yeah, sounds good. Let's do it.
Well, if you look at the bassist during that live performance, the bassist is looking at him like, we
Okay.
need to
Our
stop this. We need to stop. This is bad. I would have cut the fucking mic. No, don't do it. He's a great musician. Don't get me wrong. Puddle of Mud is a great band. I'm not a huge fan, but I see that they're great musicians, and he's a great singer. He has a great voice, but stick to what you know and stick to what you can do. And if you can't, and if you want to learn something else, master it before you come out and bring it in public. Especially if you're on a platform where millions of people are going to see it. You don't want to, first of all, embarrass yourself. Second of all, embarrass your band. I think it kind of gives the band a little bit of a bad image. Uh, that's my opinion.
Well, we can't blame a guy for trying. Anyway, so let's go ahead and move past that and quit beating the poor guy up. He gave it his all. I still have respect for him. Give you some knuckles, bro, if you ever watch this. Anyway, Avenged Sevenfold has accepted an offer to support Metallica on a stadium fucking trek. It's they're not telling us essentially when this is going to be because of the whole coronavirus.
Bullshit.
Where I'm living in Solano County, there's been 2 deaths out of it really should stop.
Yeah. But, I
Um,
don't want to get political right now, but did you see the people protesting stay at home
oh
orders?
yeah.
What the
Hmm.
are you fucking retarded?
You guys,
You protesting that shit is
we obviously want to get back to our daily lives, but shit is not going to be normal. And I think they need to just realize this is where we are. We need to do what we need to do to get by,
yeah.
but don't be stupid. Come on.
And
You guys,
a lot of these people, they're carrying the posters and shit, and they're saying, "I need a haircut. Open it up so I could get a haircut." What the fuck is that shit, dude? Like
you know
you're
what? I
you're
need a
putting
haircut too,
you're
but
putting everyone's life at risk for a fucking haircut.
I made a post the other day. I was like, I wonder how many speakeasies there are right now. Like those
Oh, I'm
little
sure there's a shit ton.
like it's straight back to the prohibition era essentially,
Yeah.
and it's like the only cost is you gonna get the Rona or
It's the forbidden
you gonna
fruit,
get a ticket.
If you can't have it, you want it. You want it all that more. And I understand that. I never go out. I never do shit. But now that they're telling me I can't, is when I want
You'll
to.
want to, yeah,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah. Me and my girlfriend are homebodies, so we just stay at home, chill, watch TV. But now that they're telling us you can't go out, you can't do this, you can't, I'm like, fuck. Now I really want to, but I know I shouldn't. And these people are like don't understand the seriousness And everyone at home, we thank you. If you're an essential worker, if you're a nurse, if you're a doctor, EMT worker, police officer, any of those essential jobs, we thank you. And anyone that's not, stay the fuck home. It's not a fucking game.
Yeah. Happy place. So, Anthrax,
I'm being
Black
negative
Label
today.
Society.
Fuck,
You're on a
man.
roll,
I have
Mario.
so much rage.
No, I get it. And Rage Against the Machine is also coming. Oh, this is great.
I need to
Yes.
listen
So
to the new album.
Anthrax, Anthrax, Black Label Society, Deftones, Every Time I Die, Gojira, Iron Maiden, King Diamond, Lamb of God, Marilyn Manson, Mastodon, Paul Bearer, Power Trip, Rob Zombie. They all have a lot of stuff coming out, and they're not telling us when. So it's like we have to keep our ears to the ground because all the bands I listed, they're fucking great. I'm sorry. They're great. Yeah. They're doing well.
Popular fucking bands, great musicians, all around, well-rounded artists. And that it sucks because when you're sitting here, you already have anxiety for not being able to leave. Now we have all this anxiety of waiting for the artist to release something. Like,
release another album, damn it! Give it to us.
I'm a fucking junkie, I need that shit.
Oh, now more than ever.
I was one band I've been really listening to, and I've already spoken about them, but Fire from the Gods, man, they're so fucking good. Bad Omens, Limits, it's a great fucking metal song. I did hear though that Her Eyes is a song. Fame on Fire.
Fame on Fire.
Yeah, another band. They just canceled their tour. So if you have a ticket to go see them, they're not refunding, they're rescheduling the concerts, and all tickets are still going to be valid for the new dates. But they have a popular song called Her Eyes, which is really good. And I think you'd like this song because this is a vocalist that has a really rough voice, but he has a good range. So it's kind of hard when you have a rough and deep voice. It's mostly lows, but this guy could go high, and it's pretty good. And you should really check them out.
Versatile, I like it.
Yeah, something we need to be, but
no, it's something we need to be.
I still have rage, bro. Rage.
When's the last time you worked out?
I work out every day. Kinda. I have like one day off a week.
Ask me when the last time I worked out was.
When?
Before they closed down all the gyms and businesses.
Dude, you're not working out at home?
No. I work out at work.
Work out at home. Go on YouTube.
Yeah, I should be.
Look up home workouts and follow what the fucking people say. I've been watching this.
Follow what the people say. You fucking camel.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fucking. I've been doing those home hit workouts on YouTube, and dude, they actually fucking work. I'm more sore after doing those than I'm on my normal workouts.
Okay, so maybe I did do like 45 push-ups a few days ago, and that shit fucked me up for like 2 days.
Dude,
so
you can't.
I should get back. Yes, I can do it for. You can't see because of the black shirt, but I'm making my boobies bounce.
Your man boobs.
My moobs.
I think your limit is 15. That's how many you could do just right now.
All right, I'm gonna post something later after we're done with this, just to fucking oof.
It's 15. That's it. That's your push-up limit.
Just 15. Then I'm yes. Okay.
I really just want you to post it and embarrass yourself.
Why would that be embarrassing? As a person that hadn't worked out in a long ass time, I think that'd be impressive. So eat me, Mario. I'm just kidding.
How many pull-ups can you do?
Give me a pull-up bar. We'll find out.
Dude. So I was working out with my friend. He always pushed me every back day. I had to do as many fucking pull-ups as I physically possible. Now and then, I stopped working out with him. I moved to San Diego, and I could do two pull-ups, and then I'm fucking dying. I'm dying. I work on my back all the fucking time. Today is back and buys days actually,
All
but
right.
I
So when you're
can't.
working out, what do you listen to? What are your top five artists that you're like, all right,
The
I need to listen to these
KCS
guys?
strain.
Okay, so you're staying. You've always been about the Acacia Strain too, man. You've been blasting the hell
They're
out
my
of them.
favorite metal band, all time fucking favorite band. And they actually just released a song. Fuck, what is it called? I I, I can't think of song names when I'm under pressure, and I'm under
The
pressure right
pressure's on. You're in the hot seat, Mario.
now. No, but the KCS strain, Lionheart. I would say I Prevail. Um, if we're sticking to metal, well, I'm just gonna stick to metal right now or rock.
Well, anything that makes you feel like you either want to fuck or fuck some shit up. So those are just
Fuck or fuck some shit. Well, when I'm working out, I want to fuck some shit up.
okay.
After the workout is when I want to.
Naturally.
Yeah. So, Lionheart, I Prevail, Acacia Strain. It's a hard one. I would say Upon a Burning Body and Thy Art is Murder.
Okay, nice. I like more melodic metal when I'm working out personally, like Vinnie Moore. What is that other one
Sorry,
that we
sorry.
use?
As I Lay Dying. No, as Blood Runs Black instead of um, Thy Art is Murder. As Blood Runs Black.
I have to listen to Gent if I'm working out. Anything Gent. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. No. Every so often those are nice, but if it's just like a constant fucking machine gun and it sounds like we're playing zombies on Keto or Toten, hey, we need to figure something else out.
One thing I can't do, and I don't like doing it when I'm playing video games. I can't listen to music. That's the only
No,
time I can't, because I'm trying
when
to
I
focus on the lyrics and I'm trying to jam out while I'm fucking multitasking with my fingers. I can't.
no, yeah, I like to be immersed into whatever I'm doing. If I'm listening to music, I want to be immersed in my music. If I'm playing my game, yes, I want to hear a moth fart behind me if it's floating, fluttering past my shoulder. You know what I
A
mean?
moth fart.
Something, anything. I heard it on YouTube in a different
Are
video.
are
Leave me
you
be.
are you into farts? Is that what you're telling me?
It is one of my fetishes. I'm not gonna
Did
lie.
you ever
You ever heard of
cake farts?
Brazilian fart porn?
Yeah.
Brazilian fart porn. Watch a video on that.
I haven't seen that one, but I've
Ooh,
heard about cake farts.
cake
Go to
farts.
cakefarts.com and you won't regret it. Trust me.
I just wanted to make a PSA. We're not being paid to say that, so enter at your own risk.
Yeah. This is not a sponsorship. They're not paying us. But if you want to pay us, let us know. We'll
We would greatly appreciate
we'll
it. We would be able to
promote your cake
upgrade
farts. We'll promote
and
your
preserve them.
anything. If you're selling, never mind. Never mind. But mostly everything. We
My
need a
grandma's gonna
sponsor.
listen to this.
My mom listens to my podcast, guys.
I
Yeah.
think she started the first one. I'm not sure.
My siblings listen to my podcast, and you know, so I can't be
No,
too
no, that's
can't
cool.
be too open.
I'm glad that they're supportive and is that's nice.
But
And then you got
for reals, guys, if you want to donate, we do have a donate button on our Anchor. You could help. We're really not making much money with this quarantine, and we don't do this for the money, but does help get better equipment. We are working on getting an actual studio, so you know, help if you can. If not, it's all right. Keep listening. That'll help us. Do you got anything else for us?
actually I was gonna ask if any of our listeners would be able to send us any requests that they might have. I think that would be a good thing for you, so that way we can kind of cater better to those of you who take it seriously and who want to be more, I guess, into the music scene and go
Yeah.
deeper and just get what they want.
Yeah, and I've been scouting. The artists I scout for are just random artists that I look up, and I'm like, okay, they look like they're up and coming. They look like they're working and they're grinding and working hard. Raptors is one of them. They, from 2018 to now, they're already toured all of Europe. They have so many monthly listeners on Spotify. So if you have or know an up and coming artist, fucking send it to us. We need to know these people. We need to listen to them. We want to talk to them. We want to talk to them for you. Send us questions that you want to know about them or anything, and we'll make it happen. We're not big. We're not popular. We have only a few listeners, followers. So any feedback would be great. Help promote us. Anything you can do. But for now, I think we're ready for Raptors.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring those guys on. If you haven't already, you might want to go listen to their stuff. We've been promoting them. I've been promoting them. Mario's been promoting them.
Yep.
I think we already covered we. So
Without
further ado, here we go.
I heard your guys' cover of Ariel. Oh my god, it was fucking good. Yeah, you guys did a great job.
Thanks, man. Big system. So, like, if it's going to be a first thing where if anyone hearing us do anything acoustic, we're like, it might as well be system.
Yeah. I think you like that voice is just perfect, and you guys covered it really good. So kudos on that. So I want to thank you guys for coming on the show. I mean, you guys are from across the fucking pond, So
man, yeah, thanks for inviting us, Steve.
Yeah, so wanted to start off with just how you guys started. I know you guys started just fairly recently, right? You guys have what, like 2 years, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, 2 years. Just over 2 years since we played our first show. So it's all relatively new still, which is great. But like we kind of all knew each other from like studying or from other bands. Like us three were in completely different bands, in the kind of local area, and we were just friends, and we were just like fans of each other. So we decided to do like a project for our own, and it was like we just knew it was going to gel. So we kind of had that little advantage. So we hit the ground running with that. So it was, we were kind of like together writing and touring in the space of a few months. So it was, it was kind of nice.
Yeah, and you guys came in and just like bonded, because I mean I've heard you guys' music from the beginning, and I was like, it seems like you guys were together for years and years and years, because the chemistry seems like it's already there. So that's pretty cool. And
it's nice to have the chemistry from like jamming and stuff together from before, and like me and Ian, the other guitarist in the band, we were in a band together for so many years, like about 7 years. Like so me and him, we knew we had that chemistry. These guys jammed together years before,
like 6 years ago. But then like we went off and did like other things. I did like a pop punk band and a metalcore band, and you did
some mathy stuff.
Yeah.
The metalcore, nice.
That chemistry before being a band really helped. Like us all knowing each other before helped us just gel when we were in that band setting, I think.
Yeah, I think it lends itself so much. Like you can have like incredibly gifted people who are like individuals who are like absolutely amazing, but if you don't have that kind of like chemistry and that kind of like bond, then I mean they could still work, but it happens a lot faster. The chemistry happens if you kind of already got that kind of bond from before, or from friendship kind of thing.
And you guys played a lot of house shows, right?
Yeah, we did like a lot of like underground and house shows. Actually, in this house, we played our first show.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's actually where the video for the song "Bang," if you ever see it on YouTube, that's it. It was directly kind of below where we are sitting now. At the time, me and Matt lived here, and now it's become the Raptor Pad.
Yeah. So me.
Yeah, that was kind of wild because it was actually a bedroom of one of the other guys that live here. And we persuaded him. We were like, it's only going to be like a couple people. We went into like, we want to film like our first show. We're going to get like a handful of, and it was like 50, 60 people showed up, and it was just absolutely coming into the bedroom, man.
That is awesome.
Diving off, like, borrowed a PA from our rehearsal, and like, there's like a local band guy. He jumped off the PA into the crowd, and people would just like climb on whatever they could find.
Just anything, just fucking trashing the yeah.
Fucking man, like the floorboards have never been the same. There's just like huge bitches in his floor, and like someone ripped the shower out. I think that was actually one of the members of our band. Yeah, it was just utter carnage. The house has never been the same, but it's got like battle scars that we'll always remember. So it's we'll give up the creature for that.
It's the history, you know. I think house shows have the best environment because you just feel so close to the band, first of all, and it's just like, you know, everyone's surrounding you, everyone's digging the music, everyone's jamming out. I think that I personally love house shows the best.
Better than a DJ, man. You guys are the sound. You're there. Yeah. And then when you're done, you're still there.
And then you just go like that, and the crowd is right there. Yeah.
It's super like intimate environment, and you're like we all kind of practiced it in our bedrooms and stuff like beforehand. So it's just a real nice place to do a first show where you're like at complete comfort.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of came in with like bags of beers and like drinking in the living room and like in the kitchen playing beer pong, and like it's a very different atmosphere to like a show where there were like no real nerves. Like
no, it's just that safe space, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like for everyone.
Yeah.
Like everyone's coming in because there were actually quite like a lot of strangers. We set up like a Facebook group for it, and we were like, house rules, like don't share this private group around. We were trying to be respectful to the dude's who it was. He's like the only one in the band. We were like, we'll keep it safe. We'll keep it to like the close group, and then inevitably it just got shared on Facebook, and people started turning up, and but everyone was kind of like in a very kind of like good kind of communal kind of vibe.
Yeah, it was like homely vibes, so everyone was respectful, like everyone was sound. Yeah.
And it's crazy because you don't get that a lot, you know. Well, you know, in music altogether or in house parties, no one gives a fuck. Everyone just trashes the place. But and I feel like this is in the scene that we're in, the metal scene, the rock scene. You know, I feel like everyone's so close together that they respect one another. You know, it's pretty cool. So that
absolutely
kind of works out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a mutual respect on like all fronts that we found from touring and like internationally as well. Like just going across to Europe last year, and it was just crazy, like the community vibe that you get in like an alt scene, in a metal scene. Like you can travel places, and there is this like respect, I think is the best word to use. Like everyone's just got this kind of like, you can just talk to anyone, and everyone's just like super on like a really cool wavelength, on the same sort of brain waves, where everyone's kind of really respectful, open-minded, like inclusive of everyone, and it's a real like honor to be part of that kind of scene.
How did you guys come up with your sound? It's a fucking unique sound. How did you guys come up with that?
We've been talking about this recently, actually. Like we spoke on in an interview the other day, and they kind of said something almost of the same vein, and it was just like every song kind of sounds different, and it is literally because we don't set ourselves any boundaries at all. Like we've been writing today, literally just about 5 minutes before the call.
Sick.
And this song is completely different to anything that we've kind of been writing for, and it's because we don't set those boundaries. We love all kinds of music, to not try to go for anything. We don't really have like people that we look specifically up to, or there's nothing that like a goal that we're trying to sound like anything. We'll take elements of anything that we like, and whatever happens. And I think that has always been our mentality. Like
we all like come from like really like diverse backgrounds, but at the same time it's all rock music and like all metal predominantly anyway. Like we obviously like
I was going to ask you what your guys' writing process was like. You know, what usually comes first? What are some of the hard moments you guys have when it comes to?
It's varied. Like today, like I'm sat down playing guitar, programming some drum beats and stuff, and like having a yes or a no normally kind of like steers it a little bit. Other times, Si will like have a vocal line that he's singing. He'll go, I want the guitar to do this. Or other times, like trying to get Matt to do it more often, but like come up with a drum beat.
Very rarely does that happen.
So I guess the first thing you guys do is what? You guys come up with like a drum beat, or like how does that work? Because there's like, right on.
I personally thought it's easier to add the drums to a guitar, to a riff,
right. You know, I guess it all depends on what riffs are out there and what come to mind, like you guys said. Because you're like, oh, if I hear something I like, I'm gonna use it. What happens. So no, that makes total sense. I thought I'd ask.
Try and not like. I realize how much guitar is a massive part of my life, so I don't want it to come across like we're a guitar band sort of thing. I want it to be cohesive sort of thing.
I know you guys add all those different sounds to it. I mean, you guys aren't closing yourself off to like any genre, so I feel like your guitar, your drums, your everything is so diverse that you can't just say, hey, they're a guitar band. I think you guys are all well-rounded in every aspect of your music, so I think that's I think that's a great thing, dude, having a band, and you guys are prime example of that.
Yeah, like I think like with the kind of influences that we have and what we listen to, it is that kind of different kind of range of things. Like some of our favorite bands, some of them are so guitar driven, like the more old school kind of side of things. Like I grew up with like Metallica and those kind of things. I mean, it's nice to have that element, but then we were not going to try to do that. It's all going to it just comes together the way it does. It's quite different from song to song. It is a nice process. It keeps us on our toes, and it keeps everyone busy as well. And everyone has a voice. Everyone can be heard. It's not just like just one thing trickling down. It's kind of like a big kind of conversation. There's 5 voices,
and I think that's the thing. Like it's all about the song. Like everything is for the song. Like if there's a guitar solo in there, that's because we feel like the song guitar solo or like a drum break or something. You know, we're not just going, hey, I just want to do this.
Hey, I want a solo, man.
The whole song's gonna be one big breakdown. No.
Like, I've already got an 8-minute solo, and we're gonna build the song around that.
Hey, I'm okay with that. Just listen, between the
that's
Buried,
actually the song today.
Between the Buried and Me is just pretty much all long solo. I mean, it works for them, but I think we'll just leave them to do that. But
who knows? We wouldn't write anything off, but like if it happens naturally, it happens naturally. But we're not going to encourage them too much into that.
Who are your favorite artists? I know you were talking about that. Who are your favorite artists? Like,
It's so varied. At the minute, I'm spinning like a lot of Nothing More, Bad Wolves.
Oh, Bad Wolves. Have you heard their new acoustic song?
Oh, wait. The Problem Scars.
I forget the name of it, but it sounds a little country.
Or is it? I don't know. I probably have heard it. To be fair.
It's I think it's brand new, but I heard it the other day on the radio and it sounded pretty country, and I was like, whoa, this is not the Bad Wolves I know. But
Yeah.
That's another thing. Like again, they're like very varied. They can like go super heavy,
yeah,
and then have these like real cool radio rock sort of singles, and they just go, you know what? I don't care. We're just going to do what we're doing.
yeah.
The massive contrast to like everything that they were doing like in their previous bands, because obviously like John was in Devil Driver, Doc was in God Forbid, and Tommy was like doing God knows how many bands. Like he had Divine Heresy and stuff like that, but it was like a Divine Heresy when I think everyone realised he could sing like really well.
It's got a great voice.
Yeah.
And now
Deep.
The perfect storm.
What about you guys?
I feel like Every Time I Die is always on the list.
Every Time I Die. Well, you guys have some of that punk. I don't even know what to label Every Time I Die.
That's what I love about Every Time I Die. They kind of bridge that gap that we kind of like dabble in as well. It's kind of like punk meets hardcore meets bit of melody, and love that.
I've been on a proper atmospheric vibe at the minute, like Ocean Size I was listening to earlier. They're brilliant, just big sounds.
Yeah, big.
Well, they're supposed to be releasing something new soon, and that just kind of Every Time I Die. So that brought me to my next question: do you guys have some new stuff? Because I know that you came out with a new one, in January?
Yeah, we've got one coming very, very soon.
Oh boy!
Yeah, like it's perfect timing. Actually, it's going to be. We can't announce the date quite yet because it's going to.
No, that's cool. Mum's the word, man. We got it.
We'll probably be announcing the date of the release very, very soon. Yeah.
Can you tell us what it's about?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. The song is called "You, Me, and the Devil Make Three," and the song is about like all our. We're from a very like artistic kind of like group, and they're like the people I've kind of met in the last like few years. In fact, like the last like many years, like everyone seems to be super, super talented. It's like a hub for like super talented artistic people, people who really strive in their own kind of fields. But everyone has their own devils on their shoulders, whether it's substance or whether it is their own sort of personal demons or their mental health. There's always something kind of separates them from their goals, and I felt like I needed to address it, so I've done it in a song. And it's possibly my favorite song that we've done.
Well, I'm excited to hear it, man. It sounds really good because I'm all about that.
It's a really like personal feel, but it's also like everyone that we hang out with has a good sense of humor as well. So it's like it was kind of written in like a tribute to these friends, but like also in a tip of the hat and kind of keeping it tongue in cheek as well. So it's like it's playful, but it is also addressing like really serious serious issues.
It's a fun song, but got some deep depths to it.
Yeah,
sure.
Definitely excited for that. So one question: how did you guys come up with the name? That's a unique name.
it was there was a lot of like back and forth with the name. always felt like it was. It's the hardest thing, I think, when you're starting out. It's like, oh, it's got to like in capture like what you're about, and we were coming up with so much philosophical stuff, and we were going.
We had pages of names written.
Pages and pages. Like I've got a book. I think I've still got the book, and it's literally got in like centimeter kind of style writing, like pages.
Just all the way down.
We were coming up with like whole sentences, and then we were coming up with like amalgamations of words, and we were like, it's got to be real meaning. And then by the end, we got fucking sick of it. Like we were like done. We like dinosaurs.
I think it got to Raptors where two of you liked it. I didn't. It's just wrong with it because we spent so much time.
That's it. We had songs before the name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
how
I think the name is the hardest part, and because you need to get everyone to agree to one thing that you're gonna call yourself for the fucking rest of your music career. It's so complicated.
And I think it would have to be symbolic to something at least. That way, it's like, you know what? Yes, us.
Yeah. We got to the point of like to the bare bones. It is like we are a pack. We were looking for something animalistic, and we love dinosaurs. So we were like, it's going to be raptors. We're going to spell it weird.
Just be your name.
That's just as long as coming up with a name.
Yeah, that's true.
Figuring out like whether we wanted an X or like O in there. No, sack the O off.
Didn't we Google RXPTRS and it meant some? I can't even remember what it means.
Yeah, so
it means something. We were like, yeah, cool, that'll do.
All right, whatever. at least you guys didn't put a small X and a big X right before it, like those old hardcore names and stuff.
Yeah, it got to a point where we were like, yeah, we were going to keep it as minimalist and bare bones. And at the end of the day, we always felt like a pack. So we were like, that is it.
Like a pack of raptors.
It works. It's a unique name. You guys did a Motley Crew and you made it unique. Made Raptors. So
it definitely went through our minds. We were like, yeah, Motley Crue doing it. There's like Paris. Yeah, there's all the cool ones.
Shit, we could do it too.
Yeah, exactly.
So who are some of the best bands you've played with, in your opinion?
Ooh,
I like the Torch.
Light the Torch, yeah, we played with Light the Torch. Escape the Fate last year.
Oh, Escape the Fate. How was that?
That was the first show of last year, and like it was, it just kickstarted like our year. It was always for some strange reason, like even though from like time is relative, and you go from December to January, it's a nothingness. It's only minutes away from each other, but you go into January and you're like, like we had to reassess, and we were like, right, we need to plan out the year, and we were like, for me, if we haven't got loads of stuff planned in the future, I get a bit like glum. And we were like, we were at the start of January, and we were like, oh, we haven't got a lot planned right now, because we were like, we just recorded and stuff. And then we got a last minute call, and they were like, do you want to play with Escape the Fate? And we were like, that's how we're going to start the year. We're going to play something. And it literally kick-started the year, but then we just never stopped touring. Then it was just like, from that show, it just spiraled, and then from each tour, we were getting bookings while on the next one, so we just didn't really stop.
It's just always busy, always busy, always busy, and that's the way you need to be in a band. You need to keep promoting your music, keep playing. Fuck it, this quarantine is fucking killing everyone because you're stuck at home, but it also gives you some time to be creative. But I think the best times in a band is when you're touring.
Oh, 100%, man. Like, I think above, like, I obviously, I love recording and I love having new music, but I think, and what I love, that we're kind of known here as the live band, like, it's more, I feel like we're way more of an experience live than we are on record. Like, it is just something way more raw and I kind of like it that way round. Like, it was always what we wanted to be. Like, we get when we go into the studio with our producer, we always say, like, we want a sound. This needs to sound like it sounds live. Like, we'll play these songs live, and this is the way we want it to sound. And that is, we try to get as close as possible to that, because that is just what we're about. Yeah.
What's the craziest show you've played?
Craziest show. I mean, we played As It Is in Bath was crazy. Last March we played in a tiny room that was packed. It was oversold, and the walls were sweating. It was literally raining inside because it was so packed in there.
I feel like X.
Yeah, yeah. We
Playing on a boat.
Yeah, we played on Thekla, which is a boat in at Christmas time here, and that was like our own. We kind of threw our own festival, so we were only like a year and a bit in, but like we'd made loads of mates along the way, so we kind of threw our own day festival.
No.
And that was insane. People like showed up and were going crazy for that.
Okay, so we were in the middle of a tour, and I smashed my eye 3 songs in with my guitar.
What the fuck?
Like, yeah,
It was bad.
It was,
I was like
real bad.
gagging at the sight of it.
I'll send you guys the photo after.
God damn.
But
Gosh.
basically, like 3 songs in, Harley managed to like bang down, but also knee up.
yeah.
And the guitar.
Smash it.
Dude, you were getting hella into it. I love the energy.
Like, honestly, man, like he is a maniac, but this one went above and beyond. And as soon as he impacted his eye, he kind of looked across and he was like, I think I'm bleeding. And I was like,
Yeah, you
I was
are.
like, no, you're fine, man, you're fine.
Oh, bro, just sweating.
You're fine.
Just throw some
And
dirt
then
on
after another song, he was like, dude, and I looked across and I kid you not, it was like something like Sloth from the Goonies. Like his eye
God
was,
damn.
it was huge, and he was going, sorry, and I was like, you're fine, yeah, absolutely,
You're
fine,
good.
Just to flesh
your
me.
back couldn't even look at him.
I remember going to the front row to like do a guitar solo. It's like, and the entire front row basically took a step back.
I was
They were
like,
like,
oh, nope.
Oh, God.
I was like, what's the matter? What's the matter? Just like blood everywhere.
And yeah, the funniest thing was he was like in pain and was like, I just need a shot of whiskey, and the next thing I see through the pit was like someone's hand
With
above,
the shot.
like, deliberately through the crates just so he could carry on drinking.
That's
But then as
Oh,
soon as
man. That is awesome.
yeah, as soon as we finished the show, though, we were like, we should probably get it checked out. And one of the other bands had a nurse in the band, and they were like, you need to go to A&E. You need to get to the emergency room now. And me and him spent the next 11 hours in hospital.
Mate, the rest of us spent about 8 of those hours in the van waiting.
What's more miserable, being in a comfortable bed or in a van?
No, it's not a comfortable van.
We were mainly in a waiting room, just like, I was trying to keep him awake. So I was like buzzing, and he was there like, just gonna go. Close my eyes. I'm like,
Concussion, no.
yeah. But the worst thing is we didn't get to sleep. Like we stayed up, and then we had to play a festival the next day. So we went down, and he was blind in one eye, and then we swam late.
I just walked out with sunglasses
in like
on.
the basement venue. Like, I couldn't see shit. Like, I've got loads of pedals on my pedal board, and I was like, I can't see anything.
He's just
Like,
clicking
my dad-
whatever, hoping for the best.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, yeah.
We were explaining, we're like, he's not doing like a Bono kind of thing. He's not just wearing glasses for the sake of it.
He's not just trying to look cool in the dark.
Yeah, in this basement like place that we were playing. Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, that was one of the craziest. Yeah.
That sounds fucking crazy. We played a show. Jake and I played a show with Asking Alexandria in Hollywood, and the vocalist Danny from Asking Alexandria was, playing on stage, and all of a sudden he falls, and we're looking at him like wondering what the fuck, what happened, and he gets up and he's like, I just broke my ankle. And he played the rest of the show with a broken ass ankle. The next day he had a huge cast on it. I was like, when you keep playing, it's fucking dedication. Fuck.
Yeah. That's it. Ride the adrenaline wave.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't going to cancel the show or anything.
Yeah,
Just
fuck
like,
that.
I had to just.
Yeah, if you're sick, you have a cold, anything, fucking play. And that's
Yeah.
that's how I would play. That's how he would play. I mean, fuck it. Show must go on.
So it's like, it's a unique experience as well. Like, if you want to listen or see something perfect, and like, this is the thing, our band is like, kind of, it's at any second it can go off the fucking rails. And I love that. I love going to watch a band play, it can all just fall apart just like that. Or like, be awesome at the same time. But like, there's just an element that is like with live music that you don't get with a recorded thing.
You get the personal feel. So nothing beats live music, and that it's just the adrenaline, and also playing. When you're playing, it's fucking so amazing. Everything else just stops, and you're just in the fucking moment. So I could get shot in the middle of a show, and I'd still be playing, having the best time of my life.
Yeah, absolutely. Touch wood, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yeah.
I better find some wood and knock on it.
So, I know you guys said the new song that's coming out is probably your favorite. It's a new song, but what's your favorite at the moment?
I bet we'll probably have different ones. Maybe
You go first.
Mine's probably Blister. Yeah.
So Blister, I'd probably say the song Vultures is probably mine.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit on the fence. Like, it's either Parasite or Blister. Because, like,
No one expected.
oh, the two with the solos.
Of course.
At least it's not 8 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
The original version.
Yeah.
The demo is good.
Your most streamed song is Temple, though.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
like, it seems like it's your fans' favorite.
Yeah, like Temple for me is definitely the most personal. Like that was written about like issues that I'd had, like family issues. And I definitely was from the rawest place where any of my writing could have come from, to be honest. And I'm so happy that kind of resounded with people, and it really kind of took off for like definitely the most of any of the songs. However, like reliving that every time I sing it, like it's not the most fun song for me. So like, I prefer the ones that I'm like, yeah, as opposed to like, oh god, that was horrible.
Get you in your feels and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like I think I love writing songs from the feels, but like sometimes it is like emotionally draining. Like the first few times that we played that, I was like in a rough place. So it's like, as much as like on the hindsight of it and looking back, like that is definitely my favorite to write and to kind of connect with. When people ask me if it's my favorite, it's definitely not my favorite place to.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you're not in that place at the moment. So.
Oh yeah.
No, definitely not.
So I saw you guys. Who is the best Call of Duty player?
Oh, it's been
My shadow. Ian, if Ian was here, he'd probably argue.
we fight about that. Who's it?
Yeah, I saw you guys were
He's
writing
probably
and
doing
playing.
that right now. That's probably
Do
where he
you do
is. Right
Xbox or
now.
PlayStation?
PlayStation.
Yeah, that's the best. Jake is an Xbox guy. I don't get it.
I'm the
I
odd
don't
man
get it.
out, man.
Well, I'm a bit of more of an Xbox guy, so I'll be on your side.
I mean, really,
Appreciate that.
We should
No.
Hey,
with
you know,
our logo, but
Yeah, I stay on brand at all times, so I got an Xbox just because the X.
Yeah, I saw that. You got the Xbox tattooed on you and everything, or what? So,
Yeah, we'll
uh,
have to tweet Bill Gates. Actually, he's got no saying it.
so I saw you guys. What is your proudest moment? And I found something that I would consider. If I was in a band, that would be my proudest moment. What would you consider your proudest moment of being in this current band?
I, for one, I'm sure we've got three separate ones, but like for me, it was the selling out of the first hometown show. Like our first headline show sold out in advance, which was like so humbling and like so nice. We don't even go in. Oh, I don't even know. Yeah, I think it was only like it was less than like 6 months. It was around 6 months, and we sold out the first hometown show.
Did you guys headline that show?
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's incredible.
Yeah, it was really really nice, man. It was it was a proper like we were on tour, and it was the last show of the tour, and they just Bristol showed up, and it was killer, man. And, really kind of set the bar high, and I think that was probably my most proud.
Mine was probably, well, I'm definitely torn actually. My first choice is the Xmas Day Festival we put on last Christmas. Like the feeling after that whole day of us running around sorting bands out, like seeing everyone coming through the door, and that feeling when we packed away, got everything back where it needed to be, it was just bliss. Like pulling that off was amazing. My second option that I can't decide between was seeing Temple get the reaction it got and is still getting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, probably like all of that, and just from the get-go, just like when we released Bound, like that got like an unprecedented amount of like recognition for what we were at the time. Like just come out swinging, and like people just kind of took to it, and like couldn't have asked for a better reception for it, to be honest. And it kind of, without that song, like we probably wouldn't be the band we are now. So I always like think about that, like think about the roots, and like what made us what we are now. We've come a long way, but yeah.
So what do you think about your guys' evolution since you started and now?
It's just
drink more.
The expansion and like the growing of it still feels like a family to me. Like it's like we're not obviously not the biggest band in the world, but like it has multiplied exponentially from what we thought at this kind of point it would have done. But like it's also very like tight knit. Like it's we were lucky as well, to be fair. Like after a couple weeks of being a band, we had an opportunity where we went on tour, which is unheard of. It was just that one band that we had played with as another project were quitting and ending, and we knew as we were starting out. So they took us as their opening act on like a full UK tour, literally like weeks in. And from that, the board never stopped rolling. So like it evolved from us being like, okay, we're not really.
It happened so fast. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
like when we were like shaky, like we were on, like it was.
Looking back, we weren't ready.
We were not ready, like, but like from that feeling, like when we were like starting out, to like the feeling I get now where we're on stage and that feels like home. Like I feel weird when if we haven't played a show in a couple of weeks. I feel weird. Right now, I feel crazy, like bouncing off the wall. And that to me, the biggest evolution that I've seen, as well as like the fact that we're playing to people, which is great. But it's like the feeling of going on stage, feeling a little bit nervous, to just like champing at the bit. Like it's not like nerves. There's that kind of slight anxiety, but it's more out of pure adrenaline. And
You're like, I need my fix, man. I need to get out there and play.
That's literally it. It's like, it's not like, oh, I'm scared of anything that's coming. Like when we start, I know what's coming. Like, and that's what I'm like. That's what I'm like ready for, and that's what I'm like yearning for.
Sounds like we got some music junkies on our show.
Yeah.
And you guys went from day to night. You guys got big, because from 2018 to now, you guys are the 6,000 followers on Instagram, 20,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, over almost 10,000 followers on Facebook. You know, that doesn't happen. Usually doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like it did to you guys. You know, so that's pretty awesome. That says a lot about you guys and how your music is impacting people. And
that's the thing. Like, yeah, as I said, I think it is the work ethic. Like we see this as like breaking bones for it. Like it's breaking like
bones or eyeballs.
Breaking all, break the sockets. Is like there's like an art to it, but it's also like grind, and like we just try to do it all, and it doesn't, like it's never just like a like breezy, like it's like I feel more like a builder or like a labourer than I feel like an artist. A lot of the time, it's like a slog as opposed to, and I love that.
We believe in our music, so we do it like everything to get it out there to the right people. May or may not appreciate it. So yeah, that kind of spurs us on.
Treating it like a business. Like, this is all what we want to do for the rest of our lives. For me, anyway. Like, it's treating it as a business from day one will help you get there, I think.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's all I have. Jake, do you have anything?
I think we covered a lot. You guys are well on your way. You got a lot for you, and you got more music coming soon. So
yeah. So
I'm excited, man.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys want to close this out with anything? Tell your fans anything special?
We love you.
We do. And thanks for listening, and thanks for having us, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
And yeah, the date will come very soon, but honestly, it's very, very soon. So yeah, there's new stuff on the way. So keep those eyes peeled, stay sane while on lockdown, and yeah, let's listen out for You, Me, and the Devil Makes 3.
Sounds good.
Awesome. Y'all take it easy. That was an amazing interview. I think they're a very talented group of musicians, and it's just amazing to think that, you know, they started in 2018. Within 2 years, they've completely just taken off.
Yep.
And oh my gosh,
that's fucking crazy. And that's what you want, you know. Once you're grinding, and they talked about how they grind and grind and grind,
Yeah,
Yeah.
they want to do that for the rest of their lives. They
Yeah.
are so serious about music, and as a musician, if you want to do anything with that, I think it's very important.
Yep.
You know that's their mentality.
Yeah, if you want to make this a career, you need to grind, you need to work, you need, and you'll have a lucky break if you're grinding, if you're putting your putting yourself out there, you're gonna have that break. So,
Most definitely. So that means we need to hustle harder. Yeah. So their most popular song was Temple, right?
yeah, Temple.
The more I listen to it, the more I like it, and the more I can just kind of like really take in all the little nuances that they put into that song. It's great.
Yeah.
I think they did a phenomenal job.
Yeah. You listen to some of their songs and you could compare them to so many different bands.
And they're just all so different. It blows my mind.
I was listening to one of their songs and I was like, oh my god, this is a little bit of Every Time I Die with Inhale Exhale with like Chiodos and like so many different sounds, and I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, I mean that's awesome when you could compare that.
And then I'm stoked for that new song that they're going to be coming out.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they don't have a date yet, but
it sounds good.
Yeah. So, yeah, thank you guys. Next week we have a few things coming, so keep an eye out. Make sure to like our Facebook, our Instagram, and we'll release whatever we have coming up there.
Keep your ears peeled, guys. Your next fix is on the way.
Take it easy, guys.